Sahana bhavantu sahana bhunaktu saha vidyam karavavahai tejasvinavadidamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Shivaya, welcome to meditation. It's nice to have everybody here, and I hope everybody is doing well. One of the things we were talking about, have been talking about, is this idea of building up a kind of inner strength, really. You know, like this is what we're going toward. Like, what is inner strength versus external strength? And the yoga practice is really about building internal strength, internal confidence. There is, yes, there is the external practices that you do, like hatha yoga. I was looking at a yogi's Instagram account, and it was kind of crazy because it was like one handstand after another. It was just all this person doing handstands, you know, in public places, handstands in yoga studios, handstands. And it were, I mean, there was not even another asana in there. It was just one handstand after another. And you know, it struck me how, like, that somehow, like, you know, right now there is this obsession with handstands. Like, even in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, there's not that much talk about a handstand. Ashtanga, it's not that important. Yes, there are people who can make a transition and a sun salutation from a forward fold into a handstand into a jump back chaturanga, but it's not like a must. But for some reason, handstands have become like the rage in yoga, to the point where, like, yogis only, if they perfect a handstand, they don't need to do anything else. And not that I'm like, you know, dogging people who do circus tricks or like have mastered handstands, but then to call it yoga, it's kind of like, well, that's not the point of yoga. Like, in reality, the yoga practice should be very vast. It should include a lot of different things. It's not just kind of focusing on one thing and then showing that off as a trick or a strength. There's a lot of depth to the practice. Even physically, you know, physically, if you're just talking about physical yoga, you know, a yogi should be able to, yes, do an inversion, but they should also be able to twist and forward fold and back bend and balance. So there's a lot of things incorporated into it, and then after that's all over, be able to meditate and then go outward and perform, you know, even bhakti yoga, karmic yoga, jnana yoga. So there's a lot more to it, but we tend to kind of zoom in on one external that makes us feel strong and powerful, and then we kind of promote that one thing as, and saying, look, this is my strength. Also, one of the things that in yoga has always been there in the teachings is to know your weaknesses and to accept them as part of the internal strength, instead of running away from the weaknesses. To acknowledge your weaknesses, to acknowledge where there's limitations, then you can start to cultivate a practice that will encourage strength in those areas. This is why the idea that we spend time in meditation is so important. That is cultivating inner strength. It's not an external strength. It's not like physical fitness. It's all an internal building up of character and strength. of knowing thyself and to thyself be true. Taking a moment and setting up for your practice. And as you set up, elongate the spine. Make sure that you're not leaning forward or leaning back, that the spine is erect, that the head is on top of the shoulders are on top of the hips. And allow your palms to face upward and bring the thumb and the index finger to touch. And you don't have to press, they just have to gently touch each other. The middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky are extended outward. And allow your senses to come inward, focusing on the inner world instead of the external world. And allow the breath to deepen. Allow the inhale to be deep. And allow the exhale to be deep. As you inhale, hear the sound of Om within yourself. Match the sound of Om to the deep inhale. As you exhale, match that internal sound of Om to the deep exhale. As you inhale, hear the sound of Om. As you exhale, within yourself, hear that sound of Om. As you inhale the sound of Om, see the symbol of Om within the mind's eye. As you exhale that sound of Om, see the symbol of Om within the mind's eye. Continue this on your own with deep inhales and connecting to that sound and symbol of Om within yourself. Continue to connect to your inner strength, your inner wisdom. Continue to allow the breath to be deep and complete as you exhale. Deep. Silently tell yourself you are not this body. Silently tell yourself you are not this mind. Silently tell yourself you are not these thoughts. Silently tell yourself you are not these emotions. Tell yourself you are Swayambakashit, self-illuminating, eternal, everlasting light. Inhale deeply for the sound of Om. Om. Bringing the hands together, rubbing the hands together, building heat within the hands. Bringing the hands over the eyes, allowing the heat from the hands to be absorbed into the eyes. Bring the hands across the forehead, the top of the head, the back of the neck. And then bring the hands together, bowing down, allowing the forehead to touch the thumbs. Acknowledging the light and the strength that is in with every one of us. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me for meditation today, and I will see you tomorrow.